Brian Little.
Japan.
Brian Little.
Japan. No! First one? First one? Oh, no! Come on! Come on! You, no, 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 it's still alive! It's still alive! No! Oh, no! Come here. Eat. You went up and I'm spectating. No, I got knocked out. Eric coming in like every night. Light him up.
Jack it up.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Shiny! 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 We have to get Merlin. We have to get Merlin. What is it? What is it? What is it? Water orb! I have this! Done. Tabby, go. Oh! Oh my God!
You know what the stakes are for this.
What? I see for the
Our
count?
marriage.
Microphone check. Microphone checkity check. Check 2 1 2. What you gonna do? Cause I don't know what I'm doing. Cause it's been a minute. For me, that doesn't rhyme. I can't even rhyme. Oh my gosh. Make sure this is going. All right, we got mic checks. We got mic checks over on the Twitchosphere. Micah. Friggin' nerds. What's up, Mario? LC over there. We also got David M. Kelly. Hey, Dan, Rita, and the Chosen One. Sarah Micah as well over in YouTube with Metatron and Matt and Arwen. And we got some just long timers, OGs. Sarah Shine celebrating 25 months for Patrol Squad, and Trisha celebrated 32 months for Patrol Squad. Almost at that 3-year mark. OMG. Let's go. Oh my gosh. My voice is out out because I was screaming in our game yesterday. I cannot believe it. And thank you guys over on Twitch for the hype train. You guys, thank you. Oh my gosh, it feels so weird being back. It feels so weird being back. We were worried about you, James. Oh, Mike, Micah. I'm letting you guys know now. Your boy has been out of it. Yeah, I've been out of it, bro. It's just been one thing after another, man. And yeah. How goes it, coach? Funny you should ask. We got our 4th straight win yesterday in a clincher, bro. Yeah. Hey, Nerdy Black Gamer, celebrating 37 months, just over 3 years. Patrol Squad, have you been watching Peacemaker? Yes. Yes. Dirty Black Gamer. Yes. Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I decided to catch up this month because what I do with HBO Max and what I'll be normally doing is do a month subscription, try to catch up on whatever I can. And so I haven't been following it. I just started following it, well, last month and stuff. So, but yeah, congratulations, Z. Thank you, Mario, and the W's. Yeah, it was yesterday. We had a 2-day turnaround, or 2-practice turnaround for this game, and it was our last home game of the season for middle school, where I'm the head coach of with my 2 sons and stuff. And we were up like 14-0 in the first half, but we kept making mistakes, snaps over the head of the quarterback, over the punter, a lot of penalties, and we normally don't have that, and I just blamed it to only having 2 days to practice with the guys because of the weather and just me being out. And then they tied it up in like the third or fourth quarter. It was like 14-14, and we were going back and forth. We had a muffed punt, and they got the ball on our like 10-yard line, within our 10-yard line. And so they had a chance to punch it in with like 4 minutes left. And our defense held it down. We stopped them. They went for a 4th down, so we stopped them. And then we drove the ball all the way down the field. And we couldn't get stuff going. We had like a couple of turnovers on that last drive. But we ended up scoring with like 40-something seconds left in the game. And we didn't get the extra point, so it was like 20-14. And so we had to kick it off with like 18 seconds left. And me being the big brain that I am, I'm like, I'm not giving these cats a chance to return the ball. So we kicked it out of bounds on purpose. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that you can ask for a re-kick, which they didn't ask for a re-kick. I don't even know if they knew we kicked it out of bounds on purpose because we've been killing it with our kickoffs. So they get it on their own 35-yard line. And so that was a big brain moment for me as a head coach. I was like, we're kicking it out of the bounds. Don't give these guys a chance to return it. And then they had 18 seconds, I believe, to try to go, the extra 60-some yards to score. And, we were able to get them. I think we ended on a sack. I know we got a sack on the series, but yeah, that was my voice is out from that, on top of from being sick. So long time no see, Dr. Ranger. What is good? That's genius. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Try to have a big brain moment. Always worried too. Glad to see you're okay now, at least, James. David M. Kelly, thank you. Miss Jaw, I'm going to tell Sue you were here, Dr. Ranger. I've been having to do the streams at noon because of the football season and stuff so far. But I think we got like 2 more of our noon Wizarding Wednesdays, and we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming around 4:30 Eastern time PM. So good to see you, Dr. Ranger. Hope you're doing well. Never seen a game of American football, but that sounds successful. Arwen, it was a lot of fun. Pretty stressful, but try to teach these guys, these young men, lessons on and off the field that they can learn from playing the game. So happy Wizarding Wednesday, soon to be NFL coach with Dyla celebrating 38 months. Dylan, how you doing, man? How's the family? Hope you're doing well this Wednesday. I just randomly woke up. Yes, it's super early on the West Coast. Yeah, it's like 9 something for y'all right now. So yeah. But bro, I think I've only missed a week. But in Harry Potter news world, that's like forever. Because apparently there's been a ton of news with the new audiobook covers, with the new set photos, with Vernon, like visualizing the first chapter of Sorcerer's Stone, with the Wizarding World. And anyway, yeah, we got the first look at the Hogwarts Express. We got another set of photos featuring Lily and James Potter, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So shout out to Wizarding World Direct, friends of the channel, and just awesome cats giving you the latest and greatest in all Wizarding World news. We're going to be going through their timeline of updates and stuff the past week that I missed since the previous Wizarding Wednesday, which was 2 Wednesdays ago. So we're going to be going over all of that and reacting to it. I haven't looked at all the stuff. I haven't read any of the articles, so you guys get to see my reaction. And of course, we love to hear you guys' thoughts on the information as well. So, super side note, Lee and I saw Cursed Child last night, and yo, the stories for that. Yo, no way. Wait. When does... No, it's November. I was about to say, did y'all see Tom Felton? But I think he starts his run. Does he start his run? I think he starts his run in November. But that's awesome. Was that your first time? And was that your first time seeing the story? Because I've seen this play, and Sue's read the script or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. I hope you guys have fun. That's crazy work. Wait, are y'all still in NYC? What's the dealio? Oh my gosh. So yeah, that being said, we're going to, no, we saw the traveling cast. They came to Rhode Island. I didn't even know they had a traveling cast. That's awesome. Let's go. Let's go. But either way, we're going to be reacting to all of those things. So, of course, yo, this your boy James, back over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Harry Potter content. And we are back with another Wizarding Wednesday noon edition to cover all the news and topics that are happening in the Wizarding world. And I cannot wait to share my thoughts with it. It's like the Harry Potter what if. No, seriously, it is. I'm about to say, how many... I feel like everybody has... I know Lee has a strong opinion about it. But I feel like when it comes to The Cursed Child, at least story-wise, production-wise, it's amazing. Story-wise, a lot of people have feelings or thoughts. Am I wrong in that? I feel like there's a lot of negativity when it comes to that. So, let me know, because I remember when we used to talk about it back in the day, and oh my gosh, people don't even count it as canon. Like, cats don't even count the thing as canon anymore. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, a lot of people are like, there's so many fanfics that are way better. And I know, like, JK signed off on it. But, yeah. Are these early streams going to be more permanent? Becky, I think you got 2 more left. And then we got to go back to our regularly scheduled programming. I think we got 2 more left. But for our weekend warriors, we're looking at me playing the OG Harry Potter games. On the weekend, we had Patronus Squad vote. They want to see it as a live stream. And so there will be live streams. But I got to figure out what day is good for everybody. Because sometimes Fridays never work, because that's when you usually have games. And then Saturdays and Sundays is just watching football. But I think I can fit in like a 2-hour stream on the weekends and stuff when I'm not getting ready for stuff. So yeah, if you're unable to make the noon streams on Wednesdays for the next couple of weeks, we'll be back to normal. But you'll be able to join us on the weekends. Once I pick a date for that, I'll make a huge announcement, huge thumbnail banner or whatever, announcing when we're starting to play that, and we'll have some fun with that. So we try to get everybody covered as I get back into the consistency with the content as football season starts to wind down. Let me see. Cedric, says Yuri, becoming a Death Eater because he lost his... It's still so out of character to me, I can't think of it as canon. Yeah, they did my boy wrong. And his whole mystery his whole like little time we had with him in Goblet of Fire kind of cemented him as like one of the best Hufflepuffs ever. And then like that happening to him kind of like changes everything. And so a lot of people just don't like it. Feel like it doesn't make sense. They feel like Harry's son isn't connected to Cedric in that way where he would go back and change it. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of it feels fanficky just with JK's signature on it. And the fact that they have a Broadway stage, a Broadway play based on this story kind of feels like fanficky, you know? But at the same time, it's a great production. Like, especially coming from a guy who's been in theater for a long time and done performances. Like, the amount of stuff that goes into it, like, I appreciate the production value for sure. It's like Harry Potter, What If? I was like, I'm surprised they didn't try to make a movie with this. And Lee was like, nah, this wouldn't carry. Yeah. But man, that stage show is insane. Exactly. Yo, always happy to catch a live doing work. What's up, Amanda? Don't get in trouble. No problem, just curious. I know this time frame works for our peeps across the pond. Because usually when we start around 4:30 Eastern, it's like 9, 10 o'clock East Pacific for our cats across the pond. And so that's pretty late for some of you guys. So, yeah. It happens. Hi guys, not sure if it's been mentioned, but Deathly Hallows audiobook will be out in May just in time for this series. Yeah, officially next month, the first book comes out for the audiobooks. Because I think they're doing November, Sorcerer's Stone, December, Chamber of Secrets, January, Prisoner of Azkaban, February, Goblet of Fire, and then March, Order of the Phoenix, April, Half-Blood Prince, and then May, Deathly Hallows. So yeah, they're releasing the book every month, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. They are not cheap, as normally audiobooks aren't cheap, but either way, it's going to be fun. But yeah, we're going to be reacting to the covers, Mac and Cheese. So stay tuned. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Things are getting even more interesting for us all, huh? Yeah, for sure, David. I'll be catching Tom Felton in this show in a few months. My first time visiting New York. Micah, let's go. I know Minnie Mo got her tickets as well. I think she got it for November as well, and she's catching Tom Felton. I tried to get the tickets just to see if we could. I know Hillary, shout out to Hill, she was trying to save us some tickets and stuff. And then we found out, like, with football season, varsity, we'll probably be going, if we went out, we'll make the playoffs, and that'll take us well into November. So I don't think I would have even been able to make it. You get credits with the membership once a month you can use. Yeah, for sure. You can do that. This guy here, but doesn't the first book come out tomorrow? The first book comes out November 4th. I believe. I think I was just I think I had that on an old description of a video. No, it comes out in November, Zion War. What bothers me is with the rules of time. If Cursed Child is canon, that means adult Harry's across the street of his parents' house when Voldy Yeah, man. There's a lot of... I would love to hear Lee go off on it, or Brita, but there's a lot. Just Sue going off on it. Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes. Again, very fanficky, but you're not wrong, Amanda. The Christian Gamer, what are your thoughts on any changes to the show if Netflix buys Warner Brothers? Bro, I forgot about that. No, I thought it was Paramount. I know Netflix did throw in their hat. They're not changing the show. We gotta talk. We're just gonna dive into it. Okay, so we haven't done this in a while because I have so many thoughts. We haven't done this in a while. We're gonna do Q&A right quick before we get into the main topics because I totally forgot about. Because I I just wrote down, whenever I see news pops up, like while I'm like working on like plays and stuff for football, or like just doing my normal day-to-day stuff, I'll write down like possible topics for videos concerning like Hogwarts Legacy or anything Harry Potter. And that was up there, but I just didn't have enough information. But it was one of the topics in regards to titles or things I would like to cover in a video that could affect Hogwarts Legacy. And the buyout of Warner Brothers is a huge one when it comes to Paramount or Netflix. So we're just going to talk about that right quick before you get into audiobooks and the set photos and everything like that. So let's do a Q&A right quick. And bro, I have so many thoughts. The whole nine. Comment below. Let me know. 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 Okay, all right, and this is for future James, who's going to be adding timelines on the stream. But okay, raise your hand if you've heard about the possible buyout or rumored buyout concerning Warner Brothers, specifically with Paramount. It's so crazy. I can't believe Warner Brothers is at this stage right now, where they've been bought out by AT&T and Discovery and possibly Paramount or Netflix. But raise your hand if you've heard this. I know Christian Gamer has. They brought it up. This is news to me. First time hearing it. What? Okay. I figure you guys would be in the know more so than I have, because just how sick I've been the past week. All right. I'll pull it up. Again, it's a rumor. Warner Bros. Buyout. However, Paramount. Okay. Let me see if one of the big trays. Okay. And this was like a couple of weeks ago. New York Post. All right, let's go with the BBC one. All right. So Warner Brothers Discovery shares, according to this article, like have went up. And they went up on a rumor. There's nothing official coming from Warner Brothers or Paramount or anybody else. But Paramount and Netflix have been rumored, and it's funny they got Harry Potter on the cover. Oh, it's BBC, that makes sense. But Harry Potter, Warner Brothers, I think it started in September, maybe end of August. There's been rumors swirling regarding Paramount and Netflix buying out Warner Brothers, and it makes sense because Paramount needs like original IPs. And I mean, if you get Warner Brothers, you get DC, you get Harry Potter, you get Lord of the Rings, you get, I feel like I'm missing stuff, Mortal Kombat and whatever other stuff Warner Brothers owns. Like, they own a ton of stuff. And so we knew Warner Brothers as a company, Warner Brothers Discovery, was separating the company and breaking it down into like the cable version, where like you have Discovery and those type of channels that would be primarily on the TV streaming side or whatever. And then you have the streaming side with the games, HBO Max, and even the movies and stuff. So they're separated into two separate entities, and it's supposed to be officially locked in by next summer of 2026. So there's already shakeup happening within the company. We knew WB Games changed leadership after the firing of David Haddad. Well, I'm sorry, not firing, stepping down. I say he was fired, but stepping down of David Haddad, who was the previous president of WB Games. And now they have different presidents and different head honchos running different studios. So the people who are running everything Harry Potter outside of Avalanche Software, they have to answer to this studio head or this head of production or this head of marketing or this head of content. Same with DC and video games and stuff. Like, they've been doing a bunch of shakeups this year, on top of the getting rid of like so many studios at the beginning of the year. But they still haven't been able to like handle their stocks and shares, and it's still in like volatile still. Obviously that didn't help last year with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and all those other games that they lost like $400 million. But anyway, there's been a good spike recently because of what Superman did, for example, and a lot of other movies like Sinners, and there's a couple of other stuff. So again, it's still positives with Warner Brothers Discovery, word of the Harry Potter TV show getting out there. Like, and I think this is a perfect time if you're Netflix or Paramount to buy, or at least start working on trying to buy WB Discovery, because their future looks bright, because they've been setting everything up where they have a solid foundation where they can move forward, and they have a like plan. They have a plan. Whether it's focusing on the four IPs in the gaming, Mortal Kombat, Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. No, I think it is Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and of course DC. And saying they're focusing with those same four IPs when it comes to the movies and even TV shows, with Superman, all the TV shows, Green Lantern's coming out, Peacemaker for DC, Harry Potter TV show coming out, Mortal Kombat movie coming out, new Lord of the Rings game now reportedly in the works, according to Insider Gaming. So they're setting themselves up. And then, of course, the new Harry Potter games coming out, Hogwarts Legacy 2 and the MMO. And Netflix and Paramount is like, bro, I want some of that. I want some of that. And it just makes sense because Discovery can't handle it. I'm just going to let you know. They can't handle it. They haven't been able to handle that. Zaslav, whatever he's been trying to do, just hasn't been working. I don't know what Paramount can do, because it's not like a lot of people have Paramount subscription, but they think it's going to help them because they need it. So to me, it's more so Paramount needs WB more so than WB needs Paramount. But I think, and I could even say the same thing with Netflix. I think Netflix needs WB more than WB needs Netflix, because Netflix needs original content. They're still kind of using old content, and that's where they get the abundance of their subscribers. People still watching old shows and stuff and everything up there. Like, I'll still watch The Flash from CW and everything. And they tested it out, Netflix, because I think like last month or the past couple of months, they've had a bunch of DC properties or movies on their selections, like Batman. The Batman animated series is even on Amazon. A lot of DC properties and stuff on Netflix, and they saw a surge because of that. And so they're like, hey, if we can have this all the time, like, you know, that'll maintain subscribers, I think. And so how it's going to affect gaming, I have no idea, because none of these companies, Netflix or Paramount, have a gaming division, I don't think, unless I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment sections or chat if I'm wrong. I don't think they really have a gaming division, or at least a main presence in gaming concerning Paramount or Netflix, outside of like their mobile apps they offer and stuff like that Netflix does. So I don't know what this is going to do to the gaming stuff. Like, I really don't. And this is just very scary for me as a fan of Warner Brothers, because another shakeup is happening. Like, we've been covering Harry Potter games since the inception of Portkey Games, which was like around 2017, 2016, 2017. And their first game being Hogwarts Mystery, then Harry Potter Wizards Unite, then, of course, Puzzles and Spells, and moving forward into Hogwarts Legacy and Magic Awakened and all those games. Like, as a channel, we've been covering their games since its inception with Portkey Games. And since its inception, they've been with AT&T, and now, and they were with somebody else before that, and now they're with Discovery. they've merged like 3 times, I swear. I swear, at least 2 times. They've merged with companies at least 2 times since we've been covering the Harry Potter games back, because we started our channel in 2017 and we started making content in 2018, 2019. So since had the channel, they've merged with companies at least 2 to 3 times, with a possible 4th now with Paramount and Netflix. And because of that uncertainty and shaky, it just feels uneasy. It really does. And it feels scary. And it feels like they're getting their foot, underneath them. They're getting some foundation finally with Discovery and implementing their plans, even though I don't agree with half of it, with them worried about always on or live content coming from their gaming division. But they have a plan. And that's the biggest thing that we really haven't seen coming from Warner Brothers. And so I don't think this is going to be good unless Paramount and Netflix is like, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to keep the same people or whatever in regards to the creatives and, decision makers right now, and maybe even implement the plan that they've laid out. Like, if they're going to do that, I think it would be easier and better. But if Netflix comes in like, no, we want a Harry Potter movie every year, or we want this type of game every year, then it doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't feel good at all. Let me see. I've heard somewhat, says Yuri, somewhere on Reddit, not looking forward to some bigger media monopolies. And that's another thing too, monopolies, like Disney buying up Marvel and Star Wars and everything, Fox. And it's happening now with these other companies. So yeah, monopolies usually aren't good because it cuts out the competition. I really hope, says Christian Gamer, Netflix doesn't buy them. I don't trust them. Too many canceled series midway through them. That's streaming in general. But yeah, that's true. Netflix takes so long to do anything, though. Like even Bridgerton takes 2 to 3 years to release a new season. Yeah, Stranger Things is the same way. I can imagine it take on Harry Potter. Those kids would be 30 by the time it's over. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But like it's scary. It's scary, but it's wait and see. And it's rumors. So I'm not going to get like, it's the end of the world. Like, I'm not going to react too far one way or too far the other way. Like, it's a rumor. I'm just keeping tabs on it, keeping my ear to the ground. And once we get more information, I'll definitely talk about it once we get back on the saddle and stuff. But yeah, that's a thing that's going around, and it's getting a lot of attention right now. It really is. It really is. So yeah. Let me know. I'm sure Becky will be on top of it when it comes to the news and stuff anyway. So yeah. But speaking of news, let's get Yo's in the chat. Let's get into the covers for the audiobooks, because they are clutch right now. They are clutch, and I was surprised. And I don't love all of them, but they're cool. And they seem to have a theme as well. They seem to have a theme. So we're going to talk about it. So, all right, we got Yo's in the chat. Let's get into the latest and greatest drop, and we'll see you guys on the other side. We're James.
And I'm Sue.
And we are XpectoGO. Bring you guys the latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest.
Ryan Little.
Alrighty, daddy. So, for those of you guys who've been under a rock or under a philosopher's stone, no, I'm joking. We have new Audible books with a full cast coming out starting next month, I believe November 4th. And they've been slowly dropping information concerning the cast and the timelines in regards to release dates and Just overall exciting news and details on how we'll be able to consume this media in a totally different and more expansive and immersive way. And we covered the cast when we had our last Wizarding Wednesday with guys like Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. I think Kit's playing crap, I can't remember. He was either playing what's his name, Lupin, or our favorite Ravenclaw who lies, which I always forget his name. Lockhart. Yes, Lockhart. Thank you, Cindy. So he's either Lupin or Lockhart. So it's Lockhart. And then the big one that surprised me was Keira Knightley as what's her name? Lady in Pink. And I was just like, what? But anyway, we covered that. So check out that past stream. But today, we have a look at the Harry Potter full cast audio editions covers. And breaking down thanks to harrypotter.com, aka wizardingworld.com, aka Pottermore. Today, Pottermore Publishing and Audible revealed all the stunning covers designs for their groundbreaking audiobook series with new art packed full of Easter eggs, familiar favorites, and never before depicted scenes. Here's every exciting detail we discovered with the promise of captivating performances from incredible actors, blah, 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 blah. So this is the cover for the Philosopher's Stone. I'll back out, actually. This is the cover for the Philosopher's Stone, and I mean, gorgeous. There's you'll see a theme once you start like looking at the other ones. You'll see a theme of like reflections. They do a lot with reflections and colors, as like Hogwarts, for example, right here in the reflection. Like normally you have Hogwarts front and center, but you have Harry, just shining. Thanks to the lighting here, which is pretty cool. So your eyes go right to Harry, but then you know who's around him with like Hermione and Ron and stuff like that, and Hagrid also in the shot with, again, Hogwarts there. So I'm fascinated by the theme of reflection and lighting kind of being like a huge theme with these covers. So this is the new cover for the Philosopher's Stone. Again, we're getting that November 4th. I believe, definitely in November. That's when that one comes out. And they said the one thing that stood out to us as we poured over every detail at the new audiobook covers, they offered a moment of reflection. Yeah. Moment of that's a good wording. Yeah. It's a lot of like reflections and stuff, but a moment of reflection. That's a great way to say it. While each told their own story, that was the common thread that connected them. This was clear in the cover of Philosopher's Stone. It's hard to miss a giant castle. They're not exactly subtle. Nonetheless, at the first thought, cover was a fantastic recreation of the moment that Hogwarts was revealed. Yeah. And I mean, this obviously this wasn't the first step that got Harry on his journey, but this was a pivotal one of him coming to what he will eventually call home, which is Hogwarts for the first time. So pretty cool. Also, they say, did you notice the reactions of Harry and his friends are at the forefront of this design rather than the school? We thought that was rather brilliant. The wonder in Harry's face, exactly as he's in like the direct middle. Life-changing this moment was for him. Realization that there was so much more than pivot drive in the narrow-minded Dursleys. Having Hogwarts appear upside down, perhaps another nod to how everything Harry knew had flipped on his head. Ooh, great breakdown. I like that. This would have been fun to kind of write that. So that's their breakdown of the first one. This is the second one, Chamber of Secrets. Again, reflection, because now you see Harry's reflection as he's reaching for the snitch. You got Draco in the background. This one though doesn't fit to me, because like whenever I think of covers, whenever I think of comic book covers or like book covers or even mostly like movie posters, it's something that kind of matches the title. So the title makes sense, like even like with the thumbnail. Like if I'm making the thumbnail on YouTube or whatever, usually the title matches the image, or the image matches the title, right? So I would have thought we had something with the chamber, and I don't get Chamber of Secrets anything with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is a gorgeous one nonetheless. And again, it goes back to my first impressions of the covers: reflection and color, and the green, the red, the green not only representing the field, but also Slytherin. Obviously, the red representing Gryffindor, and the gold kind of being in the middle, while also an accent for the hoops and stuff. I like this one a lot, though. I like this one a lot, and I didn't even pay attention. I don't see as much outside of the design of the snitch. So, hello from New York City, Lauren. Welcome back. Glad to see you feeling better. Thank you, Lauren. Good to see you. Good to see you. You don't like this cover. So Odin doesn't like this one. Wait for the Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, Order of the Phoenix one I think is the best one. I missed the Slytherin aspect. Yeah. You're right. If they were going for reflection, maybe they could have done a reflection of the hair. Slytherin, return to the water and the floor. Yeah. Hello from Bangkok. What's up, amazing vivariums? Happy Wizarding Wednesday. Like, I would have, like, it would have been cool if they done like a reflection of like the Sword of Gryffindor, maybe that would have been a spoiler alert, but like, you're going to find covers that spoil it. So I don't think they're worried about spoilers, but a reflection through the Sword of Gryffindor, or like a reflection of what was written, like maybe having the basilisk in the foreground. Like, it would have been cool to see the Sword of Gryffindor, the Sorting Hat, all on the ground, and like a feather, like a phoenix feather, and Harry looking down at it, or something like that, like with a basilisk behind him or something, because Harry has to close his eyes when going against the basilisk. So like, I think the reflection theme would have played a lot more with Harry having to close his eyes and stuff. But this is don't get it twisted though. All of it is gorgeous. But yeah. The snitch is also representing the key in the Chamber of Secrets, one of the challenges. I mean, yeah, for sure. But again, I'm just going off like my limited perspective of design fitting the theme of Chamber of Secrets. And so, yeah, those obstacles are in book one. Yeah. What does Harry Potter say? There's so many fun elements of this cover, we don't know where to begin. So let's talk about the Golden Snitch. Obviously, magical object being both metal, shiny, makes a perfect mirror, very on theme. Yeah, there's more to this wing ball than meets the eye. Did you know that the snitches are enchanted only to recognize the first human to ever touch them? Something to bear in mind. I think that's a reach. I really do. Anyway, back to the cover, you spot Draco and Harry on Harry's tail. We talked about that. Chamber of Secrets is all about Slytherin and their secrets. Malfoy is the perfect example of the house worst traits. Again, I think that's a stretch also. I can see why they pulled that. There was even talk about him being a certain heir overall, an inspired Easter egg. But I get it. The scene of him catching the key would have been better. Yes, Critter, yes. I'd have to prefer the scenes with the Phoenix. Was it Fox and the hat in the background? Yeah, it was Fox. That's more than a reach. It's a graph. Yeah, I think some of these descriptions is a reach, but that's what's so great about art. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Like, a person can look at. 5 people can look at it and have 5 different interpretations or feelings that they conveyed just from the image. So that's what's so cool about that. This one is a Prisoner of Azkaban. Serious. So this one's fine as well. This is fine. Again, theme of reflection. in colors. We got purple and pink now being very prominent. You see a feather here, obviously representing Buckbeak, who's in the reflection along with Harry and Hermione and stuff. It's cool because you're looking at this, but it's Hermione doing it, but you're seeing it double. And I think this one can be interpreted as seeing double because Hermione obviously is in two places at once because of the time turner, and so you get that kind of play here. So that one kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense because it's Hermione depicted twice here. And then Harry in the background. You got the moon over here as well, full moon being a big theme, especially when they started the Defense Against the Dark Arts class, and Lupin, one of the best teachers Harry has ever had. Love Lupin. So I think this one, the themes are there in a subtle way, for sure. Was there a spell that had a purple color? Now, I don't remember the colors of the spells from the book because some of it is different in the movies. And that's where it kind of gets hazy as well, because the spells in the movies are different than they are sometimes in the book. And I think even Hogwarts Legacy tied a lot of the spells closely to the movies. So, yeah. Yeah, it bothers me there's so much Hermione emphasis on these covers. Yeah, Lupin was good. Yeah, Lupin's the GOAT. Art is like beauty in the eye of the beholder. Well said, David M. Kelly. It's okay, like the original covers on the books. Yeah. They say let's see how they break this down. If we're talking about the book where everything you thought you knew was suddenly upended, we talk about a Prisoner of Azkaban, design 2, first glance. Can't appreciate the nod to the original Bloomsbury book cover with the purple. Yeah, palette iconic scene where Harry and Hermione rescue Sirius while flying Buckbeak. Look again, you'll see a new perspective. At the time, we see Harry and Hermione from Sirius' point of view as a reflection. Could that possibly be hope? I see on his face, having been through. I don't know about that one. Eagle-eyed among you spotted the full moon in the background. Yep, just added for aesthetic reasons. Lupin's furry little problem. I like my breakdown. Hermione being two places at once because of the time turner. I like my breakdown. I could have wrote this. Serious hope. I don't know about that. Harry Potter. This one I was surprised by too, because I was like, this is a spoiler. This is a huge spoiler. But again, an amazing cover. And look at my boy. One of the best among us, Hufflepuffs. One of the best Hufflepuffs. I like your reasoning better too, yeah. Hogwarts Legacy tied the spells from the movies, books, and video games. Flipendo. Well, yeah, Flipendo. I was talking strictly about colors, but no, you're right, Lauren. You are exactly right. It should have had the moon reflected in the lake with the Dementors. Oh, shoot, Christian Gamer. Yes, for the Prisoner of Azkaban. Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I like that. Really think Hogwarts Legacy upper tier level of excellence. Oh, for sure. Top 5 Hufflepuff. All right. Yeah. Spoiler alert. I like this cover. That is a spoiler. Big time. Yeah. I love this cover. The swirls around it. The goblet. I mean, well, not the goblet, but the, they don't even have the goblet there. But the Triwizard's Cup. And like you even see, I just noticed this. You even see Tom Riddle's grave right here. You even see Tom Riddle's gravestone right here. That's a huge spoiler. Now, obviously, people listening to this, I would say 90% have read, over 90% have read the books, listened to the books, watched the movies. So I get it. They're not worried about that. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Dobby holding socks would have loved to see. Yeah. Give us the Sphinx. We're going to get it in the show. Don't worry about that, critter. If we get Vernon running into the wizard with the purple or the violet attire from chapter 1 in Philosopher's Stone, then we're going to get the Sphinx. I love that Cedric made it to the cover. Shout out to Cedric. Not going to lie, this was my least favorite. Design-wise, I love the design. Because it has you looking everywhere. Because, like, it feels like the whole frame is something's going on or is, like, moving. So I love that it feels like the whole frame is moving. Even with the leaves. Because that's like, oh, they're in the maze. Yup, it points to the maze. And you even see it here. You see the little maze back here and stuff. Like, so I love that. I love the design-wise. I just don't like who they have, what they depict. The design is awesome. I just don't like the depiction because I feel like you could have done something completely different. Like, you could have done the faux glass. You could have done the faux glass for this one. With Mad Eye. You could have done a reflection with Mad Eye's eye. There's so much you could have done. Just with those two things. Mad Eye's eye and the faux glass? Bro. Or the chain, or the goblet. Or the Goblet of Fire. But again, reflection being a big thing. I don't know. Mermaids. Yes. The lake. Yeah. The Black Lake. Yeah. Or dragons. Yeah, I was surprised their take on this one. This is the shorter description. Heart racing moment, Goblet of Fire, hurled, blah, blah, blah. Perfectly accompanied by blasting discreet foliage. Wait. Where do you see the blasting discreet? Am I missing something? Oh, up here. Never mind. It's up there. It's right there. That is the blasting discreet. This Triwizard Tournament, the idea of danger being everywhere. Yeah, as we mean everywhere. Have another look at Triwizard Cup. You can see it deep within the trophy. Glimpse of that will change everything. A headstone inscribed with a name. Might be a mirror image. Genius from the designer. Yeah, I do like that. The name is in reverse. Super fans reimagine emotions to evoke. Yeah. I didn't see that. This one, though. This one is the best one. To me, this is the best one. That's a reflection. That's a reflection right there. This is the best one. This is the best one. And again, colors and reflection being the theme that I picked up on when it comes to this. And it's just the fight for Harry. It's just the battle for Harry. And the revival of the Order of the Phoenix. The original, version 2.0. With the original order going against Voldemort during the First Wizarding World War. And now the order being formed against Voldemort now that he's officially back. And the depiction of the duality that Harry is dealing with as well during the book. I love Daniel Radcliffe's line, who plays Harry in the movies, when he's talking to, who is it? I think it's Snape. I forgot who he's talking to. And he's just like, I'm angry all the time. And you start to see, this is when you start to see Harry kind of like going down that. It's starting to become real now. Like, yes, danger has been everywhere with him, but now with Voldemort back, it's starting to become real, and it's just depicted so well here. So well here. Like, you don't even need Voldemort and Dumbledore in there. Well, I would say you do, but like, you kind of get that duality that is Harry's dealing with just with the colors alone. But now you have one of the best depicted fight scenes from the movies now on the cover. This is just dope. He says it to Sirius. Yeah. Yeah. Good representation of Harry fighting Voldemort's influence during the book. Exactly. It says it to Sirius, said he felt like attacking Dumbledore. Yes. The battle that rages within. Exactly. This is a perfect one. To me, this is a perfect, like, this is the best one. There's a reason I chose this for the thumbnail. This is the best one. In my opinion, this is the best one. Looks like he has eye color changes too. True. And his eyes are already green anyway. Yeah, that's true. Look how long his hair is. This is my favorite too, says Cindy. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. These are gorgeous though. Like, don't get it twisted. I want a poster of like every cover, and I would put them like in the background, like back here. I would. Okay, this cover proves that it's all about the details. You can literally see every scratch and smudge in Harry's face, determination in his expression, reason for all that is reflected in the glasses. Every battle between Voldemort and Dumbledore at the Ministry, colors play a critical role here. The red in the Gryffindor headmaster, his phoenix, Fawkes clashing against the green of the Slytherin, Dark Lord and the snake, Nagini, as two enormous powers collide, plus the split of colors illuminating Harry's face makes us think of his connections he shares to both wizards, whether willingly or not, and the struggle he had with his own identity. Exactly. Remember how many people refused to believe Harry in the fifth story. He realized the reflection in being in Harry's glasses was rather poignant. For months, he had been trying to get people to see the truth, and this moment was a turning point. Finally, it seemed as though the wizarding world was willing to open its eyes. Yeah. And plus, the Ministry. All the stuff that happened at the Ministry, too, bro. Like, the Department of Mysteries. I love the Order of the Phoenix. Half-Blood Prince. This is a good one as well. Because, obviously, the Death Eaters arriving on Hogwarts ground. But, not Voldemort. Dumbledore, obviously, at the tower where he will eventually die, holding the Elder Wand, which, obviously, a big deal, because what transpires with the Elder Wand is how Voldemort eventually dies, because he's not really the owner. But anyway, I love that he's looking at the threat and knows the threat is coming here, but also the threat of Draco is behind him. I like that. Like, you have two threats, but Dumbledore is focused on this one and not worried about this one. And, you know, if you're not paying attention, and I mean, that was a huge thing because, like, reading, you're like, what is Draco doing? You know, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? He's going down a dark path. But I love the glow of the Elder Wand here. I don't think that's, like, talked about enough. I wish you could have seen Snape, but you could say Snape represents this. But it goes back again to, like, Half-Blood Prince. Like, the Half-Blood Prince is Snape. And there's nothing about Snape here. Outside of maybe just the Death Eaters. That's right. We didn't know about that till book 7. That is true. All the covers are pretty good. They represent the main theme of the book. It gives you an idea of what is going on. Sets the tone perfectly. Moon Lily, for sure. For sure. I just have favorites. I just have favorites. But yeah, don't get it twisted. All these are gorgeously done. But yeah, the thing that stands out to me is the Elder Wand. That's the thing that stands out to me. And the clock, not clock tower, but, you know, the astronomy tower. Gives the identity to who is the Half-Blood Prince a secret. Not even the cover reveals it. Yeah, yeah. And you could say Snape is represented here in a subtle way. I'm just surprised there's no book. But this is a huge part. And if you don't know, you might think Voldemort. I keep saying Voldemort. Dumbledore, or even who this guy is the Half-Blood Prince. So, consider us emotionally ruined by this image of Dumbledore atop of the astronomy tower. Foreboding, obviously, you're confronted by the image of the Dark Mark, which can never mean anything good. Subtle horrors hidden in the details, too. Green tones. Symbolic of the spread of Voldemort's hatred as he steadily gains power. No. Just a looming threat. But you can say that. Then there's a reflection of Malfoy. He's almost hidden in the shadows, breaking our heart in various ways and realizes a secret he had to carry. He might be a prejudiced bully, but he was also a teenager who was asked to do impossible, yeah. But it's more about Snape. It's more about Snape to me. I don't know. I don't buy that description as much. I don't like this one. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say I don't like it. I don't know, bro. Yeah. That's why I said Moon Lily, Snape could be represented with the Dark Mark. Yeah, exact. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm thrown off by this one. I'm thrown off by this one. I've always wanted to use that spell. Like, it's like they reached, or they're like, okay, reflection. Let's get, priority incantatum. Not priority incantatum. Locomotive. Let's get that spell coming down, and then we can do a reflection on the knights. Who is that on the left? Who is that on the left? Because I feel like I'm missing something. We know that's Harry. Yeah, it's the Hogwarts Knights, yeah. Oh, that is McGonagall. Okay. She's calling down the knights. Oh, that's it. Bro. I didn't see her bun. Okay. That is McGonagall. Okay. I was like, because I didn't see the bun at first. I thought it was like somebody with short hair. I was like, what guy is that? I thought it was a guy. Okay, that is McGonagall. Okay, because her spell is illuminating around the knights. Okay. I feel it with a person on the left is Professor. It is McGonagall. Because she's looking right at this. Harry's like looking at us. I feel like McGonagall's looking at the knights. And then you got Death Eaters. I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. Because these are just Death Eaters. Yeah. Something with Harry and Voldemort. Maybe a puddle reflection or window reflection with rubble around. Yeah, there's no, exactly, Cindy. Where are the hollows? Where are the hollows? Because it goes back to my, why I didn't like the Goblet of Fire one as much. Because there's no goblet. Yes, the Goblet of Fire represented the Triwizard Tournament, and you had the Triwizard Cup in the foreground, alongside, the puzzles and the maze in the background and all that other stuff. But this has nothing to do with the Hollows. This has nothing to do with Harry being a Horcrux. This has nothing to do with the Horcruxes. The Elder Wand is not represented for the Hollows, the Cloak of Invisibility, or the Resurrection Stone. None of that. The Horcruxes aren't even represented. You could have just done a circle. Oh my gosh. You could have made the Hollows symbol with the 7 Horcruxes. You could have made the Deathly Hallows symbol out of the 7 Horcruxes. With Harry being being like a representative, being Harry's glasses being represented as one of the Horcruxes for Harry being a Horcrux. You can't tell me you can get a reflection out of the diadem or the Hufflepuff cup or something. It's a strange moment to zoom in for the whole book cover. Yeah. You could say how his lower half is invisible. Yeah. Well, where's the Elder Wand then? Does he have the Resurrection Stone in his left hand? Like, they could have shown the Golden Trio holding the Horcrux and Harry wearing the Hollows and the Elder Wand covering in the background. Yeah. I mean, it looks good and it's fun to see this particular scene drawn up, but like, yeah, exactly. It looks great. Know the scene. Popular scene. Definitely made popular in the movies. But it has nothing to do with the title. But gorgeous. Like, all of these are gorgeous. I put up a poll over on YouTube. Aren't the Hollows supposed to be an unknown until you get into the book? Yeah. Yes. But so was the Triwizard. So was the Triwizard Cup being a port key. So I don't think they're worried about spoilers. I mean, it's a great point, Micah. But so was the Triwizard Cup. So, spoilers is thrown out the window. When will these become available? The first one is November 4th, I'm pretty sure. They talked about the release further up. Hold on. First book is November 4th, and then they're going to release each book monthly after that. Oh, it doesn't say here. Okay, cool. Not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. A wood scene when they're camping out into reflected in the giant locket. Gaunt locket. Yeah. Anything. Like, I mean, obviously this is the Battle of Hogwarts, so this is a huge, like, event, but I don't know. Again, it doesn't tie it to the title, which I have problems with, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. I think they could have shown better scenes at the cover art for this one. I think they kind of chose this because his favorite scene in the movie and to honor Maggie Smith. Yeah, there's a myriad of reasons why they chose this one. There's a myriad of reasons why they should have chose something else as well. I think it should have been a reflection of the frozen lake with the Slytherin locket, Sword of Gryffindor, and the Doe Patronus. Yeah. This one could have been the snitch with the ghost. Ah! Yeah. You could have used the snitch here. Yeah. With oh! Yeah. Because the snitch has like 3 sections. The middle part and the 2 sides where the wings come out. So you could have just had Harry's hand and his parents reflected on the 2 sides with Harry in the middle, with him being a Horcrux and at least one of the Deathly Hallows also being represented in the snitch, because that's where the Resurrection Stone was. I like that one, Amanda. I like that one. Or the Resurrection Stone with all the spirits surrounding Harry. No, that would have... Well, they're not worried about spoilers, so yeah, they could have done that too. Yeah. Snitch is a good one. I contest, you're right. Good one. Yeah. I like the snitch one Amanda threw out there. Bro. If I had time, I would redesign these. I would design these. I would do a fan version of the covers myself, with this theme of reflection and colors. I would do one myself. But yeah, those are the covers. Gorgeous art. Shout out to the artist. I don't know if they're named. Groundbreaking audiobook collaboration. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, release is November 4th. So yeah. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone slated for release November 4th. You can pre-order the entire series through Audible right here. So yeah, we got a month. But nonetheless, these are gorgeous. Like, gorgeous covers. You should do that, James. It would be fun to see your interpretation of each book. Yeah, I might be something I like write down and come back to during the middle of the release of these things. I couldn't do it now, but no, I wouldn't mind doing it, because these are, but by far, this is the one. This is the one. Let me see what you guys said in the poll. Your favorite one. Whoa, book 1 and 2, 46%. And then books 5 and 6, 27%. Ooh, so most of you guys enjoyed the first 2. The first 2 are simple and easy as well. I'm not mad at that. I get that one. For sure. But anyway, how many of you guys are getting the audiobooks? Because Yeah, I definitely going to be going month by month with these for sure, because they're awesome. Be cool to do a listen through in the Discord maybe. I think that would be fun as well. So, and especially listening to it around holiday season, like this is perfect timing. The first one coming out around November. It would have been better December, but November's good. I listen to Harry Potter every year, so heck yeah. I'm getting the audiobooks, says Moon Lily and Mr. Meow. Yeah. That's it's an automatic. I feel like that's an automatic. Real quick. Let me see. XpectoGO book covers merch I wouldn't be able to sell it for sure because that's like Harry Potter imagery, but that's not a bad idea. With James as Harry, wearing my flip glasses. You can do that. Recreating some of the scenes with me. We could do that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, chat. That's actually not a bad idea, Patrona Squad. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. All right, let's do coffee. Speaking of liking a lot, Wizarding World Direct and some of the latest and greatest set news when it comes to the Harry Potter TV series or HBO series. So let's get yours in the chat as we transition to cover some of those that I've missed the past week or so before we get out of here in the next half hour. So we got yo's in the chat, and I think we'll do let me get Clutches ready. Let me get Clutch ready in the chat as well, as we got a new drop. Well, it's not new yet. I haven't posted it up here, but we got a drop or ad for from GameSir, who's the September's sponsor and October sponsor for the channel. So without further ado, check out GameSir. This is the Nova 2 Lite controller from GameSir, the sponsor of today's video. The Nova 2 Lite controller is GameSir's next top-of-the-line multi-platform wireless controller, designed for the ultimate gaming experiences on PC, mobile, and even Switch, with color options of luminous white, midnight gray, and the gorgeous Gold Champion Edition. And that's not all. The Nova 2 Lite controller comes with GameSir's trademark features, like the trademark GameSir Hall Effect analog triggers that offer long and even short travel options for smooth controls. Clutch, 2 macro buttons on the bottom for enhanced customization and pro controls. Clutch, ultra low button and stick latency during wired and even wireless gameplay. Clutch, all of this and more for just $29.99 US. I mean, Clutch. Honestly though, the best feature I've enjoyed the most as a Switch player, honestly, is GameSir's trademark MagRes sticks, which feature anti-drift capability. I know, anti-drift on a Switch controller. I mean, come on. Seriously, offering such a pro feature at such an affordable price was what sold the Nova 2 Lite for me, and with platforms, sadly, continuously increasing their prices left to right, it's kind of cool to see GameSir offer affordability, pro features, and multi-platform ability all in one controller. So use our affiliate link in the description below to buy the Nova 2 Lite controller from GameSir, an elite controller at a budget price, accessible for every type of gamer. And thanks again to GameSir for sponsoring today's video. Alrighty dighty. Clutches in the chat. But yeah, shout out to GameSir. We got another new product they sent us to share with you guys and review. You've seen, thank you for the mic check, Laura. You've seen this. I've reviewed this before, but they have a newer version of this, the X5S. And this is a mobile controller that you can attach to your phone if you have like mobile games. But it also comes with a cooler, which is like crazy to even think about. So we got a cooler to come with this, and we'll be testing it out. And yeah, get ready for more clutches and stuff. But yeah, shout out to Game Sir and that specific controller. If you guys are Switch users or even just PC fans, and it works on Android, check it out. Great price, and I'll be sure to have our Amazon affiliate links. It's a great way to support the channel if you do consider getting it for yourselves or for somebody else, especially around the holiday time. So we'll make sure to have like a playlist of like all the controllers and where you guys can get it if that's something you guys might be looking into come holiday season. So anyway, I really like that gold controller. Yeah, Moon Lily. Yeah, that one. I'm going to buy. I tried to see if I can have them send it to me, but I think I might have to buy that one myself. So yeah, that gold one is tough. But speaking of tough, shout out to Wizarding World Direct again on the latest and greatest. We're going to run through the news concerning the Harry Potter TV series, HBO series, and one of the first ones being our first look at the new Hogwarts Express with the new paint color. We've been following this train in its journey. It was green before. We found out the type of train it was, and it was even covered like a week or two ago, and now it has been unveiled, and she's a beaut. But that is officially the Hogwarts Express that they will be using for the Harry Potter HBO TV series. And yeah, there's the number 6869. A great looking locomotive. Yeah. But yeah, we just saw this and it looks good. I just saw they added Hogwarts Legacy to Game Pass. Yeah, I was going to talk about that if we had time. Xbox just added it today. Hogwarts Legacy to Game Pass. Yep, which is pretty cool. So speaking of playing on mobile, I have cloud gaming on my phone because I have Xbox Ultimate, and so I can play Hogwarts Legacy on my phone with that controller because I have cloud gaming. And so obviously I have Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch as well, but yeah. So I was going to talk about that right quick at the end if we had time, but yeah, Hogwarts Express live in person paint job ready to take the kids to and from Hogwarts. It just looks good. It just looks good. And I will continue saying this, and I have been saying this. Every little bit of information, images, set photos, leaks, whatever, we continue to get is just adding to the puzzle. Just adding to the puzzle that is the Harry Potter TV series. And I can't wait till we get the full image, whether it's through the trailer or when we see the first episode for the first time. Speaking of transporting the kiddos to and from Hogwarts, they apparently filmed the first year boat scene at Wardown Park. Our cats across the pond. Let me know if you know this park. I have no idea where this park is. But they filmed it here. You guys, you can see the set, and this is what they filmed. So apparently it's going to be a lot of CGI because obviously you don't have Hogwarts across the pond. And this is supposed to represent the big Black Lake that they travel across. But again, it's just cool to see, Did they change the number on the locomotive? No, they didn't change it. I thought it was always 6869. Unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm remembering it wrong. I thought it was always 6869. But yeah, it's cool. Like, bro, there's so many set photos. So, this was reported just a couple of days ago, September 28th. So this past weekend, because the 30th was yesterday, the 29th was Monday, so 28th was Sunday. So yeah, they filmed this or at least reported this on Sunday. So look at the lighting. And you can see even, I think these are the boats they use here for them to travel on. So now my question is, are we going to get like dialogue with them on the boats? So would that mean the cast is there? Dominic, Annabella, Stout, the actors of the Golden Trio, are they all there alongside the announced actors of Draco and everybody else? Like, are they all there, or is this just like a B-roll shot? That's my question, because they say they filmed it on a Sunday. It doesn't seem like they were there that long. 5972. Oh, they might change it. They might change the number then. 5972. The more we see set pictures, the more it's real. It feels really cool. Little glimpses of it. Yeah. Agreed, Moonlit. Exactly. Micah with the numbers. Yeah, so they might change it then. It might not be done with the Hogwarts Express for sure then. Wait, 6869 was always that locomotive. I'm so sorry. It was that locomotive. Specifically. Because I was like, I know that number is associated with that train, but it's with that train originally, not for the Hogwarts Express. I am so sorry. So that's the Hogwarts Express and the boat scene on set. But this is the big one. And those of you guys who've read the books, because we didn't get this in the movies, we get the book accurate of... He looks so good, man. Like the 90s suit alone, the wizard with the purple, bumping into him, murder, like... This is chapter 1. There's a little pad there for him to fall back onto. Oh my god. Yeah, they have this scene. Look at his hair. They really went for the 90s aesthetic. I think we have a video version of this as well. Hold on. We're going to get to that too. So that's one of the videos. We're going to get to that. There's Hogwarts Express covered up. Oh yeah, congrats, 20K. Where is it? How long ago was that? Have I been just gone that long? Okay, here we go. So that's Vernon bumping into him, falling down. You see? I cannot believe we're getting this in live action. Like, this is insane. Here's the video. Oh my gosh. Bro. But look at the extras as well. Like, look at the clothes. So people walking behind. But look at the fit. Look at the fit. Look at the hair. Look at the cane. Look at the stroller. This, bro. I've been saying this. They have been on their they have been on their A game when it comes to this, bro. They have been killing it. Casting everything. I don't care what anybody says. They have been killing it. We're definitely getting the vibrant Wizard Rose in 90s fashion. Exactly. I think I sent you a video on Instagram. Yeah, you did, Lauren. You did. I don't know if I could pull up Instagram on up here. You did. But the fact that we have that, bro. And there's the wizard right there. The tiny in the violet cloak. Like, bro. If this is what we can expect from Wizarding World clothing, Dumbledore is going to be a vibrant. Dumbledore is going to be so vibrant. If this is what we can expect, Dumbledore is going to be so vibrant, bro. Okay. Cool. He's going to be so vibrant. I think they even nod to the actor. So, yeah. John Furlong has been cast as Diggle in the Harry Potter TV series. Note, in the book, he is never confirmed as being... He is described as wearing a violet cloak and is later described as wearing a violet top hat. Ooh, interesting. So they might have combined two characters. It's been a fan theory. Not surprised they're going with it, especially as a great. Also present during Harry's first visit to Diagon Alley. The drip is strong with this one. I can't get over the clothing, right? Dumbledore should be vibrant. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just saying. He's going to be, like, extra. I can't wait for Lockhart. True. Lockhart is going to be extra, too, Amanda. That's a very good point. We're going to need sunglasses with Dumbledore appears on the screen. He definitely went all out with the clothes. Facts. Yeah, the joke was like, how did he go from like the suits and stuff we saw in Fantastic Beasts to like all those colors and stuff? But that's not all. We get the celebration of the end of the Wizarding World War. And so, excuse me, you see a bunch of witches and wizards running around town, because all of this is happening in the first chapter when Harry gets dropped off. Driving his car in the Harry Potter series. Look at the car. Look at the cars. This is insane. Look at all the cameras and stuff from different angles. Witches and wizards on the set. Let me see styles. Let me see the styles. That's definitely got to be a witch. That's a witch. Yeah, the clothes are going to be vibrant, yo. The clothes are going to be vibrant. Oh my gosh. I think he got to a certain age with the honors, and he said, "Oh well, no one cares." Also, I think he loves shocking people. Everybody's celebrating Voldemort dying. Wasn't the Statue of Secrecy released when that happened? Celebrating in the streets. Bro. That's crazy. Yeah, we definitely... Yeah, that's going to be a good scene to watch. Yeah, exactly. 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 Yeah. Yeah. My question is, how are they going to break down each the car driving through? How are they going to break down the book for 8 episodes? Because you can do a lot. Like, Harry might not get to... Harry might not get to Hogwarts till episode 2. I know it's not how the books describe this scene, but I love how energetic this feels. Yeah. Walk in here. Yeah. Yeah. But the surprise one... Wait. Pish? Thanks for the raid. Wait, Pish, you have a channel? Pish Pot. Hey, if you guys are over on Twitch or on YouTube, show some love to Pish Posh. Am I following you? I didn't know you had a channel. What? Hold on. Am I following you? Wait, I am. I just must have forgot. I did not know you had a channel. Well, I don't remember, but I am following you. Oh my gosh. What up, Pish? Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, guys. I'm assuming you were playing a game. Wait, what game were you playing? Yeah, Pish Pops was giving a shout out, yeah. Always thought, coded to be, I always assumed Grindelwald was his ex. Disney Dreamlight. Ah, okay. I still never got into that one. Ooh, seeing double. But yeah, welcome, Raiders. We're reacting to the news that I've missed in the past week or so when I was out sick and stuff. But we got the celebration of the end of the Wizarding World War, the first one, with Vernon seeing all these witches and wizards. I can't remember if the Ministry released the Statute of Secrecy for that day or something. I can't remember. I don't think they should add it in. Yeah. Twitch hates me, so I love you too. How can Twitch hate you? But yeah, the fact that we got the purple wizard, the wizard in violet, is insane, bro. Like, that's crazy. But the big one that I was not expecting, and I'm so excited about. We had to go way, way back. Way back. Also, Uncle Vernon. I love Uncle Vernon. The clothing. Where is it? This. Is that it? Okay. This. Could this be our first look at Lily and James Potter in the Harry Potter TV series? The two characters were seen holding hands and using pyrotechnics. We know they said they're going to use practical effects for some of the magic. And I'm looking at the hair and clothes. I was like, yeah, that's Lily. That's Lily. That's Lily and James. They didn't release the statute of secrecy because McGonagall was telling Dumbledore if we were. Oh, she means doing a perfect job. Okay. Yeah, but there's a video. Is it this one? There's a video of them, yeah, running, and they're fighting something. Oh, there's a glare. Because you see pyrotechnics on the bridge. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. All right, you got to tilt your head. But you'll see right here. You see like the sparks and stuff and everything? So it looks like they're being chased on a bridge. If it's James and Lily, it looks like there's some sort of fight happening. And you got some of the special effects for the spells that are being used there. And this is the same location they filmed the boat scene as well, Wardown Park. Who's cast as Lily and James? They better be in their early 20s. I don't know. They both die in their 20s because when Harry is 11, Snape, Sirius, all of them are in their 30s, early 30s. So, yeah, they had to be in their 20s for sure. Fight or celebration that Voldy's dead. Well, Voldy's dead when Lily and them die. That was perfectly timed. that was perfectly timed. Well done. Not that Lily and James dying is a funny matter, but again, the timing is perfect. We also got a video here of the actors. They're not wearing glasses. Is he wearing glasses? I can't tell if he's wearing glasses. Timing strikes again. That's the sound Voldy made when he died. Yep, that's canon now. That's the sound he made. But yeah, the red hair, it points to Lily. It points to Lily. Oh yeah, this casting too. It's so much stuff, bro. What if it's Neville's parents? Interesting. I have not heard that. Happy Wizarding Wednesday, James. Zachary, happy Wizarding Wednesday to you. Thank you. Why would Lily James be? I don't know. Like, so this is where it gets interesting. Because for a while, Sue and I have been talking about, will they do like a prologue featuring, not prologue. Anyway, will they show what happens to Lily and James before the events that happen in book one? You know what I'm saying? Like, we start in the movies and obviously the book with, Harry being dropped off, and the Wizarding World is celebrating, Voldemort's defeat. And I feel like if they show Lily and James, that's like a huge spoiler, because that's something, like you build up to. But if it is Lily and James, or even if it is Neville, they're showing what was going on during the Wizarding World War. Because none of this makes sense in context of what happens in the books. In regards to, like, what happens with Harry in the first book. All of this seems like the Wizarding World War and the original Order of the Phoenix. Whether it's Neville's parents, whether it's Lily and James, all of this feels like it. Even showing the celebration of the end of the Wizarding World War, I think we might get a glimpse at the first one as a way to, like, differentiate themselves not only from the movies, but, from the books and stuff. Which I'm for to a degree. Lexi says, when do we get a description of his parents in the 5th book to meet them in the hospital? Yeah. Well, they got defeated. Spoiler. Get out of here. Rowling stated that the Potters defied Voldemort at least 3 times exactly, before their death. These were events where they successfully escaped Voldemort or his Death Eaters. Yeah. So we know he escaped. Yes, great point, Stephe. And they might show that. This might be one of those scenes. Again, if it's Lily and James, this is probably them dodging or evading, as JK says, Voldemort the 3 times they did before they eventually died. Which I'm for. I am all for it. Because then it honestly adds weight to the eventual Wizarding World War, or the second one, 2.0, and the Order of the Phoenix, It adds more of a weight, in my opinion. All I just want to know... All I just want them to show stuff from the books. They completely omit it in the movies. Yeah. And we're getting that. If we have the little... if we have the little wizard being run over by Vernon... If we have that little detail being filmed, we're going to get this stuff. We're going to get this Sphinx. We're going to get Tom Riddle's more backstory, especially with Tom Riddle Sr., all the stuff they gave us in Half-Blood Prince and stuff, which is why that one was so good. Like, we're going to get all the little details. Peeves, which they still haven't announced. I would love that too, as long as they're not inconsistent with any canon things. Yeah. We need the gaunts. Yes, Amanda. Yes. That was some of my favorite parts from Half-Blood Prince. When there's the gaunts, bro. Which would be cool that she doesn't describe these fights in the book, and the films never touch it. New lore explored, give it to me. Yeah, exactly, Stephe. Exactly. But you see Lily and James, this might be shown during Hagrid's explanation to Harry about why everyone knows him. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if this is a flashback. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they start this show off like this. Like, start the show off with a bang. The Wizarding World War. Voldemort being defeated. You don't even have to see him. Like, just him being defeated, everything, and transitioning right into Harry being dropped off at the Dursleys by McGonagall and Hagrid and Dumbledore. Harry Potter. Baking season, can't wait. The book has so much. Wait. Oh yeah, Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, that to me, that one and the Goblet of Fire, the movies did the dirtiest, in my opinion. Half-Blood Prince and the Goblet of Fire, they did the dirtiest. Yeah, if it starts like this before the intro card, that would be phenomenal. Yeah, like, I would prefer it as an intro. I would prefer it as an intro rather than a flashback. But there's a lot of flashbacks in Harry Potter. There's a lot of flashbacks in Harry Potter. Just from the pensive alone. The book is so deep and the movie's all... Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Half-Blood Prince, yeah. Like I said, that one and the Goblet of Fire, they did dirty in my opinion. For sure. But, yeah. I hope we get this. I hope we get this at the beginning. Obviously, it's in season 1. They haven't even started filming season 2 yet. So, obviously, this is season 1. So, it just depends on how they're going to showcase it. Bro, I'm so excited for this show. I am so excited. Like, even when people were poo-pooing it after, like, the casting of Papa Asiadu as Snape and stuff, like, my whole thing was, hopefully it's explained, you know, narratively it's explained why, you know, Snape is going to be displayed as, you know, black and everything like that. But I've been excited about this because I think as a medium, TV is the best way to do any book because you have more hours. I mean, Game of Thrones, books, you know, because you get to flesh out stuff, you know, and explore stuff in a wider capacity than the movies. And so I love that they came back and did this as a TV show. Like, a lot of people were wondering, like, saying it's too soon, which I can agree to that for sure. But I also get it as a business, you know, model or business reason why they're making this from a Warner Brothers Discovery standpoint. And so I'm all for it. And like I've been saying for the past couple of years, the more Harry Potter, the better. Ever since we started the channel and started making content in 2019, like we've always been, the more Harry Potter, the better. The more we get to share our excitement and talk to you guys about it, like, the better it is, in my opinion. The better the fandom is, in my opinion. The more healthier the fandom is. And so, I'm so excited. Adding Wizarding War stuff right away would take away from that, I feel. True. I can definitely see that, Yuri. Especially taking away from the whole mystery surrounding why Harry is so important and stuff. Especially for first-time viewers who might have not read the books or in the middle of reading the books or watching the movies or listening to the audiobooks. For sure. I think there's a negative displaying the initial Wizarding World war, especially like from a time constraint point of view. Like, they're not going to take 30 minutes doing it, you know? I think they're going to be fast, in a hurry, get to the point, and then get to the beginning where Harry's dropped off and all that other stuff. But I'm for it too because, like Steph said, they never explored it and it's not really written. So between that and the movies it'd be cool. It's a good way for the TV show as a medium and as a way to separate itself from the other versions of the story. I think it's a good idea. So I understand either way, and the more lore, the better. Hate to run so fast. I got to make a market run for. Hey, no worries, Steph. Thanks for. It's good seeing you. Good seeing you. Hope you're having a good day. Speaking of making a run, we're going to start wrapping up because I got to get ready for football practice and a baby dedication afterwards. So, yeah. But thanks for allowing me to catch up with you guys, bro. Catch up with the chat, with the fam, with the community, and all the Wizarding World news. My gosh. It was so much. And we didn't even talk about, Hogwarts Legacy is on Xbox now, or Xbox Game Pass. So if you have that, check it out. Especially if you have cloud gaming and you can play on mobile. Because I'm going to try it. I'm actually going to try that. Use my mobile controller. Shout out the GameSir that they sent me. Final Fantasy. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Final Fantasy, they sent me Final Fantasy Tactics, the Invalids Chronicles. Oh my gosh. They sent it to me yesterday while I was getting ready for a game, and I'm like losing my mind. And I just remembered I got that. So I have to play it. I have to play it on Twitch. So that has to happen this week. God, I'm supposed to be going out of town Friday and Saturday for our game. I'm gonna have to try to play tomorrow. I gotta find a time. Also be on the lookout for me playing this. Again, I'm gonna reach out to the Patronus squad and ask them a good time. They want me to live stream it, so I say yes, yep, got it. Aye, Captain. So now we just gotta find a day to do it, and I already tested the rig. I ran it two Wednesdays ago. You guys got to see me try out the title card and everything and stuff. So it works live. Which is what I was worried about. And so now it's just finding a day to play it for the first time. If you don't know, I've never played any of the games. I've never played any of the OG Harry Potter games based off the movies. I haven't played any of them. I've played Quidditch World Cup, but never played the OG games. And so this will be a first for you, boy. So you guys get to see me struggle with it for the first time. So it's going to be funny. Amazing Mariam says, me neither. Take care, Christian Gamer. Take care, David and Kelly. You've never played it too? I didn't know that. Goes to Yote's tomorrow too. It's just crazy. Tactics just came out yesterday. Yote's tomorrow. I have that. I'm going to see if I did pre-order it. I'm going to see if they're going to send me a copy. But yeah, that's tomorrow as well. I'm playing it either way. I'm going to have to split. I hate when it's so top loaded like that. Something else came out in September as well. But yeah, anyway, I requested a code. I'm going to see if they're going to send me one or not. But I did pre-order, so I have it. Either way. So I'll be playing that as well. But it's just so many games, man. And I'm going to be gone for 2 days for our football game up in the mountains out in Roanoke and Lynchburg. So I might have to just play it in my hotel room. I want to stream it, but I was like, I might have to play one of them in my hotel room and save the other one as a stream. So yeah, I asked you guys which you probably would rather see Ghost of Yote streamed, and I could play Tactics off screen and just do a first impressions video. Mountains on the East Coast. Oh yeah, Micah, Blue Ridge Mountains, bro. Oh yeah, we got mountains over here. We got Blue Ridge Mountains, Appalachian Mountains. Look it up. Yeah, Blue Ridge Mountains are 4 hours away from where I'm at. I was just in the mountains last weekend. for an away game on varsity. And we got another away game in the mountains this weekend. So, yeah. This time we're staying overnight. Last time we had an all-day drive. We drove for like 5 hours, took little breaks, got ready for the game, played the game, then came back. We left like at 10 a.m. We left my area at 10 a.m. We didn't get back till 3, almost 4 a.m. Yeah. So we said this time we're getting a hotel. We're getting a hotel. So our game is on Saturday, so we're going up Friday. Got a hotel, and then playing the game Saturday, and then driving back Saturday instead of trying to do both in one day. Yeah, private school ball. Just a 2-hour drive. Oh, I didn't know that, Josh. I have to wait a week. No! But I really can't play it yet. My friend is letting me borrow his copy next week. Nice. 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 Weren't you playing Ghost of Tsushima on Twitch, Josh? Do you have a channel? Wait. I'm following now. I just followed Josh on Twitch. I'm not a streamer, LOL. Well, either way, I followed you on Twitch, so I don't care. They do change colors. I missed it from 7 sides. Also, I'm stuck in Texas, says Amanda. Oh, no. Are the trees changing colors there yet? They will. They will. So that area where we'll be playing, that's where we have like the foliage changing and stuff. So it's a popular destination for this. Like if you're in the area, if you're in Virginia, it's nice to take a trip to the Appalachian Blue Ridge Mountains. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. We're going to go up there again soon. So Jays, he streams. Okay, all right. I thought so, Posh. I thought so. Making me homesick, Mr. Yes. Aww. I'll send you some pictures of the foliage. I don't know if they started changing yet. It has started getting colder. I'll be up in the Blue Ridge this weekend, so I'll see if anything started changing. I was up there last week. Nothing's changed yet. Excuse me, in regards to the fall, the leaves changing, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know. That's the only good thing about the drive. Driving up around this time for the games, even though it's like 4 or 5 hours on a bus. The only good thing about the drive is the scenery. And the games, like, the scenery is epic. Like, we're in the middle of playing in the game or, like, doing warm-ups pre-game and stuff, and I'm just looking at the mountains. And it's just crazy. Because I'm on the East Coast. Like, I'm by the beach. We're flat as crap. We're, like, underwater. Like, we're below sea level where we live. Where we live, we're below sea level. So that's what I'm used to. So I always appreciate when we go out there and stuff and have games out there. So we're about to be peak leafy. Exactly, Ferris. Exactly. Exactly. Stretch time. Yeah, should have a dance break or this shit. Yeah, that is true. You're in the Tidewater region. I mean, yeah, we're in the Tidewater region. We got the beaches and stuff over here. So I grew up in Norland, so below sea level too. Yeah, y'all know. It's a thing. And everybody says like, how are you below sea level and like not underwater? I was like, it's a science to it. We got the plateaus and I do have the plateaus. Yeah, in Piedmont. My kids were learning about that last year. The Piedmont area region of Virginia. So anyway, you guys got a little geography lessons for Virginia. So, but yeah, be on the lookout for those announcements. Patronus Squad has shared my review of our new desk that Sedata sent us. So I'm posting that video tomorrow. It's a short little breakdown. But yeah, they sent us a desk. I replied to an email. I was like, yeah, sure. And thought it was spam. They were like, no, we're real. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it's nice. It's nice. I had a like IKEA dining room table as a desk. So it's nice to have like drawers and shelving and stuff like that. That's part of it without me having to add it. So it's nice and cleaner too. So yeah, check it out. I like the LEDs. Yeah, it comes with LEDs as well. It comes with LEDs. So check it out. But you guys get, if you're not a Patronus Squad, you guys get to see it tomorrow. So yeah, a real desk. Exactly. I actually have a real desk. The only bad thing is L-shaped. So it kind of cuts me off. I'm kind of like used to having the form factor and stuff, but I still have the same like looking setup. It's just a little bit tighter. So it's going to be interesting. Like, since this part is the L, it's going to be interesting in how we're going to do when we're back to normal schedule and we have Sue here. We're still trying to figure that out. So, but yeah, shout out to Sedata, Sedeta. Shout out to them. The desks were pretty cheap too. I think they're like $200. And they had like a fall sale, like $30 off. I do have an Amazon link I'll put on the description tomorrow if you guys are in the market for a desk or whatever. But yeah, I'm like, I'll take the free stuff. So anyway, love you guys, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're safe and sound. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're enjoying life and just enjoying the upcoming season. Dark Arts Month started today. I was like, once we get back to our normal schedule, I'm going to start dressing up, trying to open up Dark Arts wands from Walmart, bring all that back and stuff. So I think we got 2 weeks left, and then we should be back to our normal schedule and everything. And I'm excited. I got to get new costumes, though. I got to get new Wizarding World themed costumes. So be on the lookout for that and everything as we slowly get back to it as football season winds down for my team. But we're 4-0. Even with me dying last week of sickness, we're 4-0 with a clincher last night. And it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm coaching my kids. First time as a head coach. And starting off pretty good. And it's pretty cool. Making great relationships, not only with the parents and the kids, but other coaches in the league. So we can set up and have more games and scrimmages in the off season and stuff. So God is good, you know, blessed so far, and I still able to make content as well and everything. So I'm really appreciative of you guys' support. Even while away, calling, checking in on us and dropping in, just seeing what's going on with us over here and stuff. So excited to be more consistent. Excited to finally edit all the stuff I've filmed. I lied to you not, chat. I've filmed 7 videos. They are probably all old now, but I'm posting them. I will post them before the end of the month because I filmed it and I gotta put it out. Dang it. I already did the work. Now I gotta edit it. So yeah. But anyway, guys, have a great Wednesday. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.
Ryan Little.
Thank you.
Brian Little. Brian Little. Brian Little. Brian Little. Brian Little. Ryan Little.